What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Season 7 Finals. I am your host, Justin Kruger, community developer on Rainbow Six Siege, and we are about to reveal Operation Para Bellum, Year 3, Season 2 operation that takes place in Italy. This crowd is hyped to hear all the information that is coming in Season 2, and to help me break this down, please keep that excitement going for my amazing panelists, Jeremy Dowsett, level designer on Rainbow Six Siege, and Alexander Karpazis, presentation director on Rainbow Six Siege. Please give a big round of applause. Jeremy, how's it going, man?
I'm doing pretty good, buddy. How are you?
Doing great. You enjoying yourself at the finals?
I'm loving it. It's tense.
And this is the first time on a panel, as well as Alex. It's your first time, too. Alex, how are you?
I'm loving it. It's amazing. Yesterday, today, the matches are incredible.
The matches are incredible. This crowd has been incredible.
We love you guys.
Yeah, we love you so much, and thank you to everybody tuning in on Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, across the board on all the streaming channels for Operation Para Bellum. We're really excited to get into Operation Para Bellum. Of course, coming with Operation Para Bellum, we have 2 new defending operators and a new map villa. And let's start off with that new map villa. Jeremy, let's break it down. How would you describe Villa for the people?
Villa is the kind of place you'd want to go on vacation if you're in Italy. It's a beautiful, massive villa, vineyards, beautiful vistas. It's lovely.
It's picturesque. It's exactly what you would think a villa in the countryside of Italy would look like.
Exactly. It's just really pretty. And it's, you know, the art team did a really great job. But as per usual, with anything that's rainbow, there's a darker side to it. The family has been forging and selling art, and Alibi was there undercover a long time ago, and Rainbow's coming in to put a stop to it.
As always, there's a beautiful side. This map looks gorgeous, but there is chaos and destruction and a lot of things going on this map. How does it play?
The map plays really well balanced. When I went through and started designing this map, it was made to go ranked and to go pro straight away. So there was a lot of focus on navigation and flow and viability of the bomb sites.
And it is one of the most competitive maps. You built it this way. You worked on this from the ground up.
Yes.
Where did you start when designing this map?
I started with a pen and paper in 2D. I'd just go and look at the silhouette of the building and how it's going to look overall in just the world. And then I go through and start mocking out where I want to put corridors, rooms, you know, and the flow from outside to inside. And I go through and I start mocking it up bit by bit, just on paper. And then I rough in the bomb sites, think about it, do a few iterations, and I go straight through and I just start building it, and then we start playing it straight away.
Right, so you start off with old school pen and paper. That's really old school, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm an old man, what do you want?
You've been designing levels in this industry for a very long time. And you always start off with that pen and paper. That's something that you design, and from that you iterate, you build it in 3D, you create different designs from it out of that, and then you create this flow, and you test this flow, and you make it competitive in a way that feels good as a game, as an experience.
It's iteration and learning as you go. You really need to just look at it, look at the angles, look where the doors are, look where the windows are, and look at the rotations that can possibly happen from the design. And that's one of the great things about being a level designer, is you can just go through, and if it doesn't work, you can just erase it and start again. And you know, there's been a lot of different versions of this map. Very early on when we started playtests with the pros liked it, they loved it. They were like, okay, this is gonna be a good map. There was one bomb site that wasn't really that viable, but I just went through and reworked it and actually just made it just that much better. It was, you know, a couple of days worth of work, and then all 4 bomb sites are viable, and it just go and keep going. You know, if it doesn't work, start again.
So through these playtests, you tweak it, you work it, you rework it, you maybe change a few things, and they felt as though this was very competitive. You've been talking about how it's a competitive map. What makes it so competitive?
I believe the reason why it's so competitive is because of the viability of the bomb sites and the rotation possibilities on the bomb sites. And then when you add in the destruction of this map and how many walls are destructible, you can open up a bomb site, you can open up an avenue to attack, you can shut down avenues as defense. it takes a long time, but we went through it and we just got it perfect. And it's going ranked, so it's great.
Yeah, it's going in ranked, of course, and it is being considered for the upcoming Pro League as well, which is really exciting. So let's break down some of the strategy that is going to be seen or potentially seen on this new map, and let's start with the tactical view of the attackers and where they are going to spawn. So let's take a quick look at that. So here is the outside. You have 3 main entrances: the main entrance, the fountain, and the ruins, or 3 spawns.
You have 3 spawns. Main entrance you can go through, and this map's a little bit different. There's actually safe-ish entrances to the basement. So
Safe-ish.
Safe-ish. It's like, nothing's safe in Rainbow, right?
Right, exactly.
So from the main entrance, you can go through the cellar into the basement. From ruins, you can go through the side, and then go through to the crypt entrance, and same from the fountain. So you've got 3 really great spawn points and 3 really great avenues just to get to the building. And when you see it, it's easy to call out, and it's really nice, and the paths are really good and quite well balanced.
So you've been talking a lot about inside the building, so let's take a look inside the building. Let's go inside and break down the defenders' points with their bomb sites as well. And let's start off with the first floor, and let's take a look at the 2 bomb sites on the first floor. On the first floor, we do have kitchen, dining, and lounge library. Let's start off with that first bomb site, kitchen dining room. What's the strategy that we're going to be seeing on that, Jeremy?
Kitchen dining is really interesting because just at the back of the kitchen, there's a set of stairs that go down through the pantry into the basement. So you've got a really fast rotate that allows you to go through basement, back up and out, and there's hatches as well. What's different with this map is we actually don't have any exterior access to any bomb site, so you always have to go through a room. You have to commit to the bomb site. You can't just jump through a window, plant, and run away.
Yeah, and as we're going to be seeing in this bird's eye overview, you are going to see a lot of buffer rooms. What's the design intention behind buffer rooms?
The reason for the buffer rooms is because we want the team to commit to the plant. We don't want them just to jump in and then go far back and hold their plant from a long distance. We want them to have to stick around and actually try and defend it. And that's the reason why we did it, just to make it way more viable and more competitive.
And when our earlier talks about this map, there was actually one of those entry points and became just way too easy to access the bomb site. But you guys changed that.
Oh no, we flat out changed it. Kitchen dining, it was a little bit too easy to get into the bomb site from the fountain. So we changed it, added a few different paths and a few more destructible walls, and just locked it down to make it way more viable than it actually was at that time. But that's the beauty of having the pros come in and actually have their feedback, and even high-ranked players come in and play.
Cool. So let's stay on the first floor here and take a look at the second bomb site, which is Lounge Library. Tell us a little bit about Lounge Library, Jeremy.
Lounge Library is super interesting. You should see in that info. In the lounge, there's this little nook that you think is the best place to go and hide.
A little nook and cranny?
Little nook and cranny. But just behind if you don't reinforce the walls behind that nook, then you're just completely open for someone shooting through the wall. You have to remember that between the first floor and second floor, it's completely line of sight. Everything's destructible apart from the top of the stairs, so it's really easy to defend and attack a bomb site from above if you really want to.
So, and that line of sight floor is really going to become crucial for defending these or even attacking these, because you can put pressure on the defenders from that site, as we've seen a lot on a map like Border that does have one of those line of sight floors. We saw that a lot this weekend, where people are pushing through that or even defending through that as well.
It's one of the great things to see the strategies that come out when the maps are actually released, and the same thing when this comes out on the test server on Tuesday. I'm going to be really interested, and I'm going to be watching how people play it, and that line of sight floor is going to be key, especially if you're attacking these bomb sites. Absolutely key.
So that is a look at the first floor. Let's take a look at the second floor, and the 2 bomb sites that we have there are Aviator, Games, and Trophy Room, and Statue Room. Jeremy, let's break down this first bomb site here, which is the Aviator Room and the Games Room.
The Games Room and Aviator Room is really fun. The bomb sites are actually adjacent just through a breakable wall, but there's also a rotation path through a vault where you see the hammer on the wall.
Oh, that's where we see the Sledge's hammer in the beautiful case that you might have seen in the teasers or something like that.
It's up on the wall. The art guys love to just put stuff in the map.
There's a lot of Easter eggs I've noticed in this map.
There is a number of Easter eggs. It'd be interesting to see how long it takes the community to find them all, actually. But what's really interesting is the bomb sites are adjacent to each other with a breakable wall, and there's really fast rotates, and you're in close proximity to red stairs, and you're also in close proximity to the main stairs from the main entrance. So the opportunity for rotations on all of the bomb sites is brilliant.
And that's one of the main key aspects of this map is the rotations that are going to be really crucial. It brings in a lot of strategy as well.
It's going to be key for teams is communication and how they're going to rotate on and off of the sites, even when you're attacking, how you're going to rotate. And there's so many viable options for rotations on this map, it's kind of mind-boggling.
And as we're seeing here, there's a lot of destructibility too.
Yeah, with the new auto shotgun, you can just take walls out. It's like you can just open up flank paths and just destroy. Italy gets destroyed on a daily basis when we're playing it, and it's really always interesting. And again, when I start building the map, I start with all of the walls being destroyable, and then I start taking them out to balance the sites and to balance the flow.
That's really interesting. And now you mentioned rotation, and let's take a look at the second bomb site on the second floor, which is trophy and statue. There's a really key part of this bomb site that I'll allow you to talk about.
Yeah, this one's really interesting. It's actually my favorite bomb site. It's because the bombs are across an alcove, across the red corridor. So basically, you can fight across the alcove, which is really interesting. You're super close to the astronomy room, which allows you to get downstairs to the main red corridor again. But you can always just vault over the railing straight into the red corridor. There's also a breakable wall at the end where you can break the wall and try and control the red corridor from above, but it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to achieve.
And we're taking a look at that alcove right now, or just a few moments ago. That becomes a really critical point of chaos and tension. But it also allows for strategy with the rotation as well. Even if you have a bomb site on the first floor, or maybe even especially if you have a bomb site on that first floor, and you're defending or attacking from that second floor, that's a quick way down to push the site.
It's super fast and it's quick for anyone to get through and rotate. Obviously, in the bedroom, there's a hatch you can blow as well. But there's also the other thing is there's the skylight, and if you're feeling brave, you can try and attack the bomb site from the skylight.
We saw a really good skylight play there in the last map. That was where
it was
bomb
amazing.
rushed it.
Yeah,
it was
just
absolutely
amazing.
incredible. So that is the first floor and the second floor broken down. Let's take a look at the basement. The basement is really crucial for many different reasons, especially because there's no bomb site there. But it comes into play. It really becomes a crucial point. Why is it so important?
It's really important because it's key for the rotations, because you've got the main stairs, the pantry stairs, the red stairs. This is where you're going to rotate through all of the time. That's also where you're going to enter from, because if you come through the crypt tunnel or you come through the cellar tunnel, you're coming through to those massive wine barrels that you're seeing on screen now, and you're entering through the barrels, and as soon as you blow that, you're giving away your position. But you can also just come through the garage, which you're not going to make any noise, it's just a door there. But what's really fun is you see the hatches in the ceiling, and you see all of the stairways and all the ways to go. So when you're defending kitchen dining, you're gonna rotate through this. When maybe if you're up in statue trophy, you need a quick rotate, you might end up coming back through and up around, and it allows for really good flanking paths.
So it's a really viable way for the attackers to push in, meaning that the defenders may have to have one roamer down in the basement, or even really just keep an eye on that, especially if they're on that first floor and they don't want to get pressured too early from the basement. That's going to be pretty key.
The map is roamer friendly, that's for sure.
Roamer friendly map.
But it's tense.
It's tense. Right?
I know the map like the back of my hand. I've been building it for 8-9 months now, and I'm surprised by the different ways that I get killed almost on a daily basis in this map.
Just different ways of getting killed, a lot of angles, a lot of destructibility. That is a really amazing map, and I cannot wait for players to get their hands on this map. And you'll be able to play Villa for the very first time on the test servers starting May 22nd, which is Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
It's so short.
So close.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Fans here are really excited.
I'm glad the fans like it. It's going to be so much fun.
They're finally going to be able to play your baby Villa.
It's released into the wild. Now I get nervous because I don't know, the Rainbow community is great and it's very polarizing. They're either going to love it or hate it. I always say it's like Marmite, you love or hate it. And I'm hoping the community really likes it because I had a lot of fun. The production team had a lot of fun building this. Hats off to the entire production team in Montreal because I think we pulled off a really great competitive map.
Awesome. Well, that is a look at Villa, but that is not everything that is coming in Operation Para Bellum, of course. We also have our 2 new operators, Maestro and Alibi. They are defense operators. The crowd here is hyped to take a look at them for the very first time. And of course, Operation Chimera may have favored the attack side, but Operation Para Bellum will favor the defense. Let's take a quick look at the UbiBlog video breaking down these 2 operators.
The new Villa map coming to Rainbow Six Siege in Operation Para Bellum may look like a nice spot to relax. But attackers will need to be on high alert to deal with the devious gadgets that the 2 new defending operators from the Italian CTU are putting into play. One of the most important skills in Siege is spotting your enemies before they spot you. But what if your enemy wasn't your enemy? Say hello to Alibi, and Alibi, and Alibi, and Alibi. Only one of them is your opponent. The rest are holographic decoys. Alibi can throw her 3 decoys anywhere, but they'll only deploy if they have the space. They can't hurt you, but if you shoot them or touch them, your position will be compromised immediately, and you'll be marked repeatedly for the next few seconds, which is bad.
You're exposed.
Watch out for decoys pretending to spawn peek, and decoys pretending to hold angles. Watch out for decoys that used to be decoys but are now just Alibi, pretending to be a decoy. Doing any damage to the base of the decoy will destroy it. And as long as you don't shoot or touch the hologram while doing it, you won't be marked. Twitch is an especially good decoy hunter. Thatcher can disrupt them for a bit, and Glaz's sight won't be fooled. You can also keep an eye out for visual discrepancies. The decoy always wears Alibi's default clothing and wields her Storm SMG without any attachments. So if you see Alibi wielding the new ACS-12 shotgun, you'll know she's the real deal. So what happens if Alibi chucks a decoy outside? Well, like a defender who runs outside, the decoy gets marked. But marks are different when Alibi's in the match because they don't reveal the operator's identity. So a decoy deployed outside and a defender that runs outside will look the same unless the attacker can actually see them with their eyes. Though the decoy's mark expires after 10 seconds, that's 10 seconds with a lot of opportunity for mischief. And mischief just might be Alibi's most effective weapon. By making you doubt your own eyesight and second-guess your own reflexes, Alibi gets in your head, and that's not where you want a defender to be.
5 seconds remaining.
Now, we all know how powerful cameras are in Siege. But the second new defender, Maestro, is equipped with cameras that are a new kind of powerful. Behold the Evil Eye. It's bulletproof. It can see through smoke. It shoots a freaking laser beam. Maestro can plant his evil eyes on floors or walls just like Jaeger does with his ADS. And once installed, they're hard to get rid of. Bullets or melee hits won't work. You'll need to use explosives, or destroy the surface it's planted on, or call in your old pal Sledge for a quick demo job. Thatcher and Twitch can disable them temporarily, but as long as the shutter is closed, Evil Eyes are free to be used as cameras by anyone on the defending team. They can mark targets and they can see through smoke, so you'd better be sure there isn't one watching when you rappel in through a courtyard roof opening and try to plant the diffuser. But the Evil Eye doesn't just spectate. When Maestro is using one and aims down sights, the shutter will slide open to expose a laser. Once the shutter is completely open, Maestro can fire the laser to destroy drones, blow up breach charges, and damage attacking operators. A single shot may not do a lot of damage, but you can fire in rapid succession, and this can be very dangerous for an attacker with low health. Deploy in a good spot, and you can quickly land a bunch of shots before your enemy zeroes in on you, or you overheat the laser. When the shutter is open, the Evil Eye is vulnerable to gunfire and melee attacks. And remember that the laser won't interrupt a diffuser plan. It's up to Maestro and his LMG or ACS-12 shotgun to clear the room. If you seek dastardly new gadget strategies, prepare for Operation Para Bellum. And to keep up with the latest in Rainbow Six Siege, visit us at news.ubisoft.com and subscribe to the Ubisoft YouTube channel.
Stop standing.
Thank you to Chris Waters for breaking down those operators and giving us a brief glimpse at the upcoming Operation Para Bellum. Alex, I'd like to bring you in now. Please allow us to break down